Hey guys, today I am going to be soft speaking and reading a few excerpts from this book that I had in a previous video, an unboxing video that I had, and it's kind of a silly book, but I really like it. It's written by one of my favorite actors, and some of you may know him. He's from Trailer Park Boys. His name is John Dunsworth, and he plays Mr. Leahy, the Trailer Park supervisor. And if you guys are familiar with that show, Mr. Leahy is notorious for his shit analogies, which means that he pretty much uses shit to compare everything. And this book is basically a comprehensive dictionary of his shit analogies, and it's pretty quirky and cute, at least in my eyes. I know some of you are probably going to think that this is ridiculous and not funny and immature, but that's just me, and that's just my humor. I find this book hilarious. I'm really lucky to own this book because the first edition sold out, and it was basically incredibly hard to find this. This is the second edition that he just came out with, and you can get it at Dicshitnary.com, I believe. If it's still available, I don't know. It could be sold out by now, but it's definitely something all Trailer Park Boy fans should own. And I'm trying something a little different with this video. I've turned down the brightness in this video because I've had many, I don't know if they're complaints or just comments about how bright it is in my videos, so I messed with the cam settings a little bit to see if I can get it a little bit less bright, and I think it's actually a little too dark now, but we'll see. So I'm going to read this, and hopefully this video will actually be longer as well, because I'm going to try to compress this video and upload it. So I'm going to read this book, and if you guys don't like it, you can always change and go to a different video, because I don't know how much shit is going to relax you, but it is hilarious to me, so I'm going to read it. In the beginning, there's it's not a true autograph. I think it's a printed autograph, but it says John Dunsworth, aka Jimmy Leahy, August 2013. The Dicshitnary, a comprehensive authority on the scatological eloquence of John Dunsworth, inspired by the immutable Trailer Park supervisor. And this book really does look like a dictionary, aside from the shit on the cover. You would think it was a dictionary. And there's a picture of John Dunsworth. And he has a quote in here at the beginning. It says, "And think that time whose slippery wheel doth play inhumane causes with inconstant sway, who exiles and disguises words, hath now transformed the names of all these fords. For as through sin we lost that place, I fear forgetful we have lost the knowledge where." Hosea Sylvester. I don't really know why that's there, but sure. Starts with A, of course. Ass on ant. You can see that. It's kind of blurry. My autofocus does not work. Ass on ant. To to resemble another sound. So that's a play on assonant. Shit-ass, the same species as the domesticated ass, but very unlike it in character, being high-spirited and unpredictable. Shit-apple, like the apple of discord which when introduced into a nation, church, family, or other society, produces dissension among its members. The shit-apple hangs in the shit-apple tree, as shittily pretty as an apple can be. You think you can pick it and eat it for free. Go ahead, just try it, and soon you'll see it tastes just like shit. The shit abyss, which is a well-known phrase in Trailer Park Boys. The fecal vortex that yawns under the cosmic shit rope. See shit string theory, wherein the detritus of humanus shittus slide. There's a picture of the shit abyss. I like the pictures in this book. I think they're cool. Shit-ageddon. And a locust plague of encircling shitolite sent forth the silent signal to the shitiots below, who rose and joined the zombie army, as predicted by Nostradamus. Shitapillar. Alternative, shitweevil. Noun, an inherent or disciple of shitolicism, larval state of Scorpiorus succulatus, a furry brown sniveling insect, the young of the Lepidoptera. In common usage, juvenile delinquent. Synonyms, bottle kid, shitnik, shit spark, and shit larva. And we're already on to B. Shit bell. Now this is one of my favorites. The warning of impending inevitable doom for shitiots with shitiot plans and shitiot lives, e.g., for whom the shit bell tolls. Some people have a wonderful shit-free life, no shit aches or shit ships, and never shit strife. Then one day they hear a faint ding-dong, and everything starts to turn out wrong. The shit bell has sounded its shitful note, and all of their shit luck starts to run out. There's only one way to protect you from it. Stuff your ears with a fistful of shit. I thought that was great. Shitbird, noun, belonging to the family Ampelidae, shit crow. It is brown in color, 6 to 12 inches in length, and has a voice like the tolling of the shit bell. When the shitbird caws from the shitbird tree, never walk under and never look up. There's a picture of the shitbird. Shitballs, noun, lumps of bad luck hurled by shit stormtroopers during shit tornadoes, shit tycoons, shit storms, and shit blizzards. Brave Captain Shitacular took bat in hand and faced the shitballs squarely. Shitty at the plate, how I failed 4th grade. Grade 4, sorry. I'm used to the American version. Shit barometer, noun, sense of impending doom. One of the 7 senses, the ability to predict the future by reading the atmospheric shit pressure. Shit basket, noun, contemporary basket case. Adjective, of little use. The thatched basket, all besooked with fecal slurry, looseth all integrity, so bother not to strain to lift, the shit will not away with it. Thatchery, pander's poop. Bluts, noun, blood and guts, to be covered in bluts, coined by Molly Dunsworth. Fairly sure not Molly Dunsworth is one of his daughters, and I'm not 100% on that. Now we're on to C. I'm sorry if the mics sound a little weird. They sound weird to me right now, but I'm kind of getting over a sickness, so my ears are a little weird. Shit cake, A cake with the appearance of a tasty dessert, but in reality is made of shit, and in all other important ways is nothing more than a pile of shit in cake's clothing. Sometimes it's covered with sprinkles or tasty chocolate flakes, sometimes vanilla ice cream, but it's still the old shit cake. It tastes like shit and smells like shit. There's a picture of the shit cake. Shit clock. Noun, sometimes called tooting clock, keeps time by means of a farting carillon. Then does the doleful shit clock knell, maketh bile within he swelleth, and in the steamy shit well felleth. The shit clock. At 1 and 2 it's time to poo, 3 and 4 poo some more, 5 and 6 make poo sticks, 7 and 8 roughage take, 9 and 10 poo again, 11 and 12 poo. We're on to D. Double-barreled shit machine gun. Noun, a gun barrel configured to shoot back at the shidiot that fires it, i.e. instant karma. Forward the shit brigade. Was there a man dismayed? Someone had blundered. There was not to make reply. Theirs was not to reason why. Theirs was but to eat shit and die. Rudyard shitling. Dictism. Noun, the study of cosmic coincidence by posing questions and having them answered by pointing at random in dictionaries of any language. Dictists believe every atom of every element contains the map of the universe. According to the admitted self-contradictory precepts of dictism, causality is a fruitless study, i.e. observing the given circumstance is true science. Dicshitnary. Noun, ontology disguised as scatology, or scatology as ontology, with a philological pretense. Sometimes exquisite flowers grow in poo, and oft the simplest phrases do encompass life's perplexity. If you guys know John Dunsworth, he's actually incredibly intelligent, and I think he's a method actor, and he's been in Shakespeare and all that, and to know that he's Mr. Leahy's kind of weird, because Mr. Leahy's such a mess, when John Dunsworth's such a smart guy. Okay, we're on to E. Shit ear. Noun, literally, the portion of the organ that stands prominent. 2. Psych, propensity to hear everything as if it was not true, i.e. pure shit. Part of the shithead that has the pretense of absorbing information, but in fact is resistant due to an excessive buildup of intellect gained through years of experience in the real shit world. Through tympanum to labyrinth, the steaming shit tides flow. Picture. Shit empire. Noun, a pile of shit that is so big it becomes populated with a civilization that evolves the capacity for interstellar travel and uses it to spread its shit throughout the galaxy. Shit engine. Noun, a mythological device enabling motive power to be generated by vapor feces. Shitology, a distinct consisting of mainly sextometer verses as a lament, funeral song, or ode, and yet he furzes o'er in coffin mold. Just yesteryear a codpiece bold, with brazen sighs his member told, now but limp with shrinking cold. William Wordless, Elegy on Grecian Urine. Shit enema. Preparation for a good job, creating a clean, precise work environment for a complex task, e.g., I can't drop the kids off at the pool until I've had a shit enema. Do what you do well, make what you do smell. Bill Bowell song from Shitty Shitty Bong Bang. I don't even know. Now we're on to F. Shit fable. Noun. It's action natural, but its agent's imaginary. E.g., a shit puppet hung in the shit apple tree. Noun. Fable written as cautionary tale whereby a moral may be drawn, but presented with a threat of punishment and or bribe of some kind that would affect the reader's actual life, usually requiring some form of taxation and commitment to a life of subservience to the allegory via its earthly representatives. I here relate a shitty fable of a milkmaid in my stable, on all fours, my arse so free, made a donkey happy be. That's crazy. I have no idea what that is. What is that? It's a guy wearing a toilet on its head. Oh, it's the Pope. Nice. Shit farmer. Noun. One who is contracted by word or writ to store excrement. Noun. One who is constantly shit upon. All the farmer's wits be shit clogged, for skin the one I'd flog the brown. So weird. I have no idea. Some of these are just too deep for me in shit analogies. Shit flakes. Noun. Fiber-free breakfast cereal of an admixture of many kinds of shit. Noun. Frozen form of shit rain. Have a fecal phobia and can't abide the smell. General Foods and Weaponry has something new to sell. Fresh from our Bombay plants we take the repeat shit to make our flake. Campaign song. Little flakes, big flakes. Shit factor. Noun. Unforeseen element in an idea that usually brings about a negative outcome for the planner. Abundant in the plans of shitiots, e.g., a hitch or hiccup. The best laid plans of mice and men factor in the shit. Let's haul the horse inside and party, cried the defenders brave and hardy. Look, the Trojans sail away. Shiticles, the fleece and other story. It's like the Trojan horse of shit. And here's a little poem. A shit friend. A shit friend is a friend in need. You can measure his friendship by the depth of his greed. A shit friend never can lend a hand whenever you try to take a stand and tell him he's just a pile of shit. He'll wiggle his shit away out of it. Know in your heart that some fine day a shit wind will come and blow him away. Shit feather. Literally, birds of a shit feather flock together. Alternative. One rotten shit apple can spoil a shit barrel. Noun. Feathers of the shit goose, which are raised as the chief source of bum wipers. Into the downy pheasant nest a shit-bird left an egg, and when it hatched it was an ugly thing, but the other fowl, instead of loathing it, said, "Hail, and your holiness," and stuff like that. By adulating a shitbird, they become shitbirds too. Horton. "'Twas right," said they, "shitbirds to slay." Coleridge, Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner. I take a shit goose feather over Sears Roebuck any day. The shit duke. G. Shit gallery. Noun. A room or corridor used for the exhibition of pictures or other low works devoid of taste or relevance, and hung profusely round about, pick-ass scribbles installed be, waiting for the end of time to feed hell's furnace. Illiterati concubus. There's an old saying in Tennessee, I know, it's in Texas probably, in Tennessee, that says, shit me once, shit on you shit me, can't get shit again. Gee, shit bush too. I'm fairly sure that he is replacing shit in quotations of famous people. Shitgeist, noun, the universal state of the shit time, i.e. the corn of the shit age. Shitgun, noun, a word of doubtful origin. Weapon having a barrel adapted to discharge various types of solid or liquid fecal matter, i.e. shit cannon, a device to propel feces into space, patented by the National Association to Shoot Shit Aloft, or NASA, also for agricultural purpose, not to be confused with a double-barreled shit machine gun. Do not see double-barreled shit machine gun. You can only see what I tell you or else. Shit gabble, to chatter, prate, or jabber without meaning. They gabbled for diversion, they hissed in scandal, to think that's what one's saying is aught but ass's braying, is like to heaven praying. Golden shit rule, literally, you don't cross my shit line, I won't cross your shit line. H. Shit halo, noun, circle around an object that appears when the latter is steadily looked at. If the object is bright, the halo is dark and vice versa. Thereby, the darkest, most fecund of base turds will offer the most glorious of halos. Figure of speech, an unjustified ideal glory invested in an object or person such as the latest fashionista or celebrity. Glory self is twilight and displays of melancholy halo. A halo round the mound of shit gloried and transported it, beyond the dirk, the kirk and firk, heavenward with its purpose worked. I have a picture of Lady Gaga and shit, with shit on her head, and in a shit thong. It's kind of cool. I got hair in my mouth or something. Shithawk, noun, the harbinger of death. Literally, the bird that poops on its victims. See those whose time has come, and carries them to a shit nest in the sky. Beware the shithawk. There's a picture of the shithawk. Shithouse, noun, one of the stations of the planets in the heavens, numbered only to 12. 1 life, 2 wealth, 3 family, 4 friends, 5 progeny, 6 health, 7 marriage, 8 death, 9 belief, 10 dignity, 11 generosity, and 12 shithouse, where all negative cosmic influence converge. Shit ice, noun, Icelandic, hypothetical root origin, shit ice age, when earth was covered with shitty ice. 2. Common usage, frozen rectal suppository used for relief from itching or sphincteral discomfort. One of the tragic events of old, and I do believe it because I was repeatedly told about the shit Inu who'd come in from the cold. No ice to make a simple igloo. The tundra was soft. When you stepped, you'd sink through. Shit Institute, noun, a sacred society proposed to propagate the elemental teachings of shitology through symbolism or subliminal subterfuge. All U.S. presidents except one were upstanding members. Shitiots. Shitiots never bother to think. They've wrecked their brains, and with dope and drink, they'll puke on your rug and wreck your car and even get banned from their favorite bar. No matter how often they take an oath, shit will always come out of their mouth. Shit irony, noun, When ironic events occur that are at the expense of a person, yet they remain oblivious, e.g., a shidiot who drives around drunk all the time, but one day himself gets hit by a drunk, and in his typical shidiot way is none the wiser. If to thine own self be poo, thou canst be shit to all men. Shittite, noun, an adherent or disciple of Shittalicism. And lo, to the Shittite fetched a sacred cup, and placed it not where lips may sup, but neath the nether cheeks, below the pimpled peaks, to gather up the browning stove. Shit Island, noun, mythological floating pile of excrement, introduced in Homer Simpson's Iliad. The swine in Circe's sty did snuff and gobble in the muck, and once and twice the floor of poop was rent, the surge of ocean then did flood and sogify Shit Island. Shit itch, noun, rectal discomfort caused by epidermal reaction to fecal composite. Pigeon-toed they hobbled by, scratching arses on the sly. The spicy meal was great last night, but the peppers still have quite a bite, as life's portal they pass through. Dicshitnary, list of shits, archaic term reintroduced by CIA's Herbert Hoover. Noun, a comprehensive glossary of types of shit published June 6, 2006, in a 6-volume set. Comes complete with illustrations, scratch and sniff stickers, and a special game of not so trivial poops. Noun, a worthless agenda, a bibliography of shitticisms, e.g., a shit wouldn't melt in his mouth, never look a shit horse in the bum, the shit apple never falls far from the tree. Shittiography, noun, devoted to the pantheon of sacred shit gods, first associated Epiphanes, hence shit epiphany. Before his holy squat and poop, what kind of man was Genghis Khan? Whip me down if I am wrong, the poo pot writes the sacred song. We're on to J. Shit judge, noun, literally, a honest arbiter who uses specious or erroneous, I'm so bad with my dyslexia, it's not even funny, erroneous argument to come to the right decision. Then Solomon exposed the plaintiff of the barren womb and showed her sure to be without a mother's love and thick withal. Chorus, oh shame on she who'd rather see the child destroyed. He made the judgment obscurant. I'm not even gonna read that. I have no idea what they're saying. This is so stupid. Okay. Shit junk, noun, from Chinese, a vessel used to transport waste. Noun, words expressing the epitome of used-upness, i.e. John Brown's body, yellow snow, brown whoopee cushion. Below the line of sky she sailed, then slowly settled down. Her watery grave, long so blue, died now in shades of brown. Shit jockey, noun. Comte papier de toilette gives first meaning. A servant who rides his postilion, i.e. his jock, called upon him to make his final effort. To ride the swirling poo on rolling steed of black or brown, no skill or blessing may repeal the last commandment, take her down. Shit journey, noun. A mindless trip lacking any need for choice, the inevitable cycle of beingness. And once the venison that roamed proud and noble in the wood was slaughtered, cooked, and ate, it passed through darkened corridor to lie in wait to moss the forest floor. Shit jungle. Let's see. Properly waste. Noun, uncultivated land, whether covered with shit or not. It was a vast pool wherein were scattered many islets of shifting and treacherous shit. On to K. Shitcantism, noun, metashitical philopolemic dedicated to redefining the interpretation of the writings of Immanuel Kant, the greatest illogical mumbo-jumbolist of all time. To wit, among the Kantians themselves there is perpetual controversy as to what his meaning was. On what do we base cognition? Is it the spark that starts volition, or is it t'other way around? Here's my query for Mr. Kant. I hope he finds it relevant. If you're reared to believe in shit, would you sing your praise to it? Shitnot, noun, literally, the bond of association between nefarious elements. The propping up of illegitimate regimes by a self-interested party or partiers, i.e., shit puppets engaged in copulation. Shit it, keep it as custom for foul toads to not engender in. I'm going to start saying shit all the time now because I think for right now I'm going to end it. We're on L, and if I choose to continue this, I could probably finish the book in another video. Hopefully, if that wasn't relaxing, it was at least weird. So, thanks for watching.